Welcome back in the Race Spec Esports channel. We are seeing right now as we saw before, Tier 3 and Tier 4 together for Euro Series. In this occasion, we're watching Tier 1 and Tier 2. I actually started racing this race, but as I need 2 jobs to get my life on, now I need to commentate as well because I actually retired. And that's kind of sad, but still I will find myself busy right now commentating these guys, which look, in any case, faster than me in this track. So let's have some fun. And as you can see, we have the first plot twist of the race, which is a safety car. And a lot of drivers actually pitted. Everyone except Viper in P2 with... He started on hards, so he actually... I mean, he got track position, so it's fair enough for the strategy he got. Let's recap a bit, because of course no one could see the first few laps of the race, and we have this break because of the safety car, so thanks to myself, let's remember. First armchair bike on Haas. Second place for Viper is the only driver who hasn't stopped yet on hards. He started on hards, started the race on hards. P3 for OWR Martin Bell, a real pleasure to have him back. He's in P3 at the moment with new softs. This week in P4, the Spanish driver for Alfa Romeo. P5 for Smiley Kyle with Mercedes, really good qualifying from him. He was in P5, and let's remember he's the first member of Tier 2 drivers in the classification, so quite good job for him. P6 for Aventador, he should be the Tier 2 champion, I'm not sure yet, but he sits in P6 at the moment with Flex Furry Lando in P7 and Jamie James in P8. Mercedes again in P9 with Aiden F1, then Bin Sandwich, then Antovarlo in P11, my teammate, then P12 for Sancho. Really good to see those two drivers really close for each other, because as you followed last season, they have great history behind. Then in P13, Jay Ensign, new driver, so reserve driver for Red Bull. WRX Furia in P14, P15 for Ferry SF, P16 for Epical Andrew, and Petuka in P17. But as you can see, in the meantime, the safety car is disappearing, which means we're about to start again. We're gonna get some insight maybe from my teammate after maybe the safety car, because it's gonna be chaotic, so I'll try to be as quiet as possible. And Armchair Bike actually now starts again this race. It's 21 laps, and Martin Bell has actually overtaken Viper on the main straight, and it's really looking good for him. P2. Viper will get eaten by those guys with new tires, and let's see what happens with Armchair. I mean, looks quite good. He gave like 5 attempts to the second place in qualifying. Is actually the favorite to win this race, and of course penalties is going to be really important. And in the meantime, about penalties, this week, which is in P4, is trying to overtake Viper without DRS assistance, and each tries... Oh, Viper squeezes him and they touch. Oh, Viper... Oh my, that was close. Yeah, they touched, and Viper loses his rear wing because Viper squeezed Vizwick on the inside, and Vizwick couldn't realize this. So yeah, and he's now in P6 at the moment, Viper. He tries to make a move on Furilando and he spins around. Yeah, when you lose concentrations, it's always like this. And in the meantime, of course, the other guys say thank you very much. Visuik now in P3, followed by Smiley Kyle and Furilando P5. That's the top 5 at the moment. Let's get some telemetry from the guys just to see. Viper at the meantime has crashed, I think intentionally, but still couldn't retire. Armchair Bike gets the fastest lap of the race, of course, with okay, the lap time disappeared. Thank you, Cody's. And this week, let's get safety car again, and it's Viper who retires from the race. This safety car maybe can help somebody, but the thing is, of course, if you pit now, you're gonna end up last. And I don't think those drivers really want to end up last, even if they have a tire advantage, to be honest. I think they would just stick behind the car in front and wait for the race to restart again. We actually saw in Tier 3 and Tier 4 there was no safety car, and in this race we had already 2 of them. So... let's just have a little break. Anyway, I'll be right back in like 2 minutes, and when hopefully the race would start again. Okay, we're back, and I think we have still 30 seconds or 1 minute to talk live, actually, with the second Ferrari driver, but still the only one in the race, which is with me, Antovarlo, and you know, you started P17, now you're in P9. It's looking kind of good for you, isn't it?
Hi Ale. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, the cars in front are lagging a little bit from my perspective. I think it's because of my connection. But yes, it does look kind of good for me. I started on mediums. Unfortunately, the safety car came out right when the mediums were starting to be faster than the softs. However, the safety car comes out probably at the perfect time for me now, because so I can save up a little bit of the tires for the rest of the race, so that when I have to put softs, the mediums will not be too destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. And let's not forget that there is actually 3 drivers in front of you who have already 3-second penalties, and Jamie James in P7 who actually has got hards. So there's a lot to gain still. I mean, you gained a lot, but there's still a lot more to gain. Do you think you can make it? Do you think you can make a podium out of this?
I don't know, a podium, but definitely I started 17th because of my mistake. I invalidated myself a lap that would have otherwise put me P8 or P9. So it's not like I don't have the pace. Meanwhile, Orlando, I think, has made a mistake or something like that.
You got a 5-second penalty for touching with Visweek, but he went wide, and now he's trying to overtake everyone back. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest. He's overtaking everybody. Safety car as well. Ah, he's touching the safety. What the fuck? Sorry, guys. I didn't even wanna let you watch this thing because it's against every single principle of this community and every single principle of racing in general.
Yeah, you got himself disqualified, right?
Nah, he retired because he wanted to get disqualified by crashing into the safety car. But anyway, that's definitely what I don't want to see. And right now, so I leave up to you, Anto, and thank you for your insight. Maybe if there's another safety car, we will get in touch again.
Don't worry. Whenever you need me, just ask.
Okay.
And if I'm not fighting, I'll definitely answer.
Well, it's looking good already. I mean, you gained 1 position under safety car, so not so common to happen. But yeah, now the safety car will get back to the pits again, and Armchair Bike again will pack up the field in Sector 3 in order to restart. Let's remember though that Martin Bell has softs, but Armchair Bike has mediums. Armchair Bike will have an advantage, of course, towards the end of the race, but now it could be quite dangerous for him because he can even lose position, and this is gonna be key for his race. Let's see how he restarts, and the race restarts right now with Armchair Bike leading and green flag officially. Let's now put the gaps to the leader so we can see the situation. And of course, this safety car is not helping the guys who have already time penalties, sorry, because of course safety car packs the field up, and penalties get even more important in this case. Martin Bell is trying to get really close to Armchair Bike. He wants to, of course, be in that DRS window, and it's really looking good for him. I really appreciate Martin Bell because he's a really quick driver, but also fair one, and he's a reserve driver, but when he shows up he just always makes a sign. So I'm quite happy he's here for the last race of the season, and of course shout out to everybody here because in the meantime Jamie James on hards has been overtaken, as I said, by Bean Sandwich, and now all the field will be eating him. First of all will be the Ferrari and then the Mercedes of Aiden. In the meantime, not looking so good for Sancho. He was fighting for P2 in the championship alongside Armchair Bike. Of course, the standings are not updated because of me, so yeah, you can put the blame on me, to be honest. Sancho gets another 3-second penalty for corner cutting. I mean, not corner cutting, sorry, just, exceeding track limits. Let's see what happens now with Martin Bell. It's gonna be key for him to stay in that DRS zone, and he's really touch and go because he has always been 9 tenths away since the restart. Let's watch now what Anto can do after the airpin. Jamie James is really having some issues. He gets a 3-second penalty for good measure. And right now, I think Jamie will lose DRS in the next lap, so I think it will be easier to overtake next lap. And Bean Sandwich is really close. It's actually one of the 3 races that Bean Sandwich has raced in the season. He's a full-time driver for America's Series, but sometimes he just shows up when maybe he's awake quite early or something. But he's a really good driver as well. Unfortunately, he has, of course, some lagging problems compared to the others because he's, I think, from Mexico. But in general, he's quite far away, of course. And in the meantime, there's Jay Jensen fighting with Ferry, or Ferry because it's French, and he gets the move done. A P11. Oh, Jensen wants to go on the inside, but and he goes again on the inside. They touch. Oh, come on, guys, just fight fairly. And Yeah, Ensign is just, you know, swinging around and... But of course, remember guys, always report those stuff because it helps not only the stewards, but it also helps us for next seasons to get the best drivers we can in terms of racecraft. And of course, yeah, Ferry retires. Another safety car. Another safety car. And Petuka... And who pits? Ensign pits, okay. So yeah, I think some people can even think about just, you know, what's in your head right now, Anto?
That the safety car kinda screwed me up completely. Because now everyone for sure will pit in front. And I have to think about either going on hards, but we all know how slow the hards are. Or stay out and then go on softs. So, yeah, it screwed me over completely.
Yeah, that's true. And it's actually looking good for Jamie James because, of course, that's what he wants. And yeah, but I don't know. It's really, yeah, that's a really hard decision to make. I mean, what do? Stay out or put hopefully new hearts? But the thing is, the guys in front will go on mediums, for sure, I guess. But you would have the advantage to have track position, so maybe you can gain some time in the first few laps. No one pits. Ah no, I'm sure Bike pits, Martinville pits, Peacewick pits, Smiley Skyle pits, Ambentador pits. Bean Sandwich stays out. Jamie James pits, and that's really good for Anto as well, because not having a guy on hards in front helps, of course. And he's now in P2 and P1 for Bean Sandwich. Let's see how... Yeah, actually, nobody pitted behind Anto and Bean Sandwich. No one stayed out, sorry. So in the end, Hampshire Bike is now in P3 with new mediums, and he will push a lot. Wait for some fireworks here, because Hampshire Bike is a ruthless driver. Sometimes he's really pushing a lot when he wants. So, and that's the occasion where he needs to. So I'm expecting a lot from him. No pressure, mate. And right now, I think we are already managed the two-stopper. Yeah, exactly. Smiley Sky actually pitted for softs. Ah, that's not gonna be a good move, I guess. Otherwise, there's another safety car. But
yeah,
I
usually there are 3 safety cars, so
yeah,
we've had them in every 5 laps, basically.
Yeah, quite strange though, because it was 3 full safety cars, no virtual safety cars still. We didn't see any virtual safety car, which is kind of strange. I mean, my crash deserved the safety car because I basically lost it on the S in turn 3, and I completely touched the curb, so basically I went straight into the wall. So that's fair enough. What happened with Viper and Vsweek was quite... Yeah, touch and go. I mean, 50-50. I think Viper just squeezed him a bit more than he should have done. But Beeswick basically could have even, like, lifted up. And I don't even commentate what Ferrilando did, because it doesn't deserve any comments. And Ferry actually got screwed up in a battle, in a scrap with... who was it? Jay Jensen. So yeah, I really don't like the attitude of new drivers just trying to send it. I mean, just respect the guys who race every day, every single week, and you know, just be careful. But anyway, of course I cannot say anything because my car is actually in the garage. So, and there's exactly a new safety car. So yeah, now you're in the podium, and do you think you can hang on it? Not for P2 maybe, but you seem like to have same pace of Martin Bell. I mean, usually you always have same pace as him, so it's quite.
Used to.
Oh, come on, say that. And but in the end, I think you're gonna be, you're gonna have the same pace considering the tire advantage the guys behind have. I think you would have the same pace with Aventador, Jamie James, and stuff. So if you keep hanging on it, putting some softs in the end won't be as much of a pain, to be honest, because I think these guys, especially Aventador, Jamie James this week, they are really aggressive, so they will lose a lot of time fighting, I guess, and you never know what's going on. Plus, many of them have penalties, so you should keep in count this thing as well. And the safety car is in this lap again. In the meantime, I cannot check the comments, unfortunately. Oh, yes, I can. I actually can now, because I'm not driving. Is the championship decided, says Title Web. Yes, the championship is quite decided, and the world champion is actually not racing today. It is IFR Fruitful, and he was a beast, to be honest. He was a beast during the season. He smashed everyone up. So it was fully deserved. Fully deserved from him. Quite sad not having him here for the last race of the season. It could have been fun to get his thoughts, on the season and stuff. But still, we have 14 more drivers ready to fight till the end for these 12 laps remaining of this race. And Bean Sandwich this time is not Amateur Bike leading, but it is Bean Sandwich who just starts on the last corner, and now we're back racing again with Archer Bike, which is all over Antovarlo, and he tries to go on the inside. What a move! Wow, yeah, I said it. And Martin Berg wants to have a go as well. Martin Berg goes on the outside. No, it doesn't. I don't think he does. Yeah, he doesn't make the move stick. He maybe wanted too much from it. Epical Andrew in the meantime, Pier 14 has spun. And Jay Jensen is in P12, sorry. And yeah, Archer Bike being Archer Bike, really aggressive, and that's what he needs to do, to be honest, so fair enough. But now I think he needs to sit tight a bit, because Bean Sandwich is a really good driver, but he's really good at defending. So let's see what he can do. They're quite close. Archer Bike tries to go on the outside. Let's go on board with him. He tries to make a move on the outside. Oh my! Oh yeah, and he lifts it up. Lifts off. He lifts off because, of course, Bean Sandwich was squeezing him into the inside, and of course he has more to lose rather than Bean Sandwich. I mean, Archer Bike, so wise move from him. And Archer Bike now gets a 3-second penalty. Wow, this is looking really good for Aventador at the moment. He doesn't have any penalties, and it seems like he's not going to stop again. So it's going to be really important now for the guys who don't have penalties to stick with it. Oh, and Antovarro has a really big moment on the exit of the last corner. And let's see now, let's follow the leaders, because Archer Bike is again all over him, and Aventador gets a 3-second penalty. I'm cursing drivers again. But still, I'm sorry about it, guys. Maybe you should find another commentator for next season. We'll bring...
Please don't talk about me.
Exactly. And Archer Bike now is really close to Bean Sandwich. They both use the overtake button. They have the same amount of ERS, but Archer Bike has the toe here. Maybe he wants to make a move. Bean Sandwich wants to break it. He goes to defend on the inside. Archer Bike goes in the inside again. Oh, what a break! King point by him. Oh my, they touch wheels, but it's so...
Magic.
What happened?
Someone completely destroyed me.
Wow. Was it Jamie James or?
No, Aventador, I think.
Okay. Oh, and Archer Bike goes on the move, a Paris move like on Norris, like last season. No, but he doesn't make the move stick. They both don't have ERS. Both Archer Bike
and also Petuka and Hansen. Hansen is an idiot. He completely drove into him to make him crash. I mean, I know it's the last race of the season. I know that we want to have fun, but I mean, have fun.
Now, actually, it's the first race of the season for him, and it's like cutting.
Oh, come on! He even put me out again. He put me out.
Okay,
now.
okay. Now it's all.
No,
it's all recorded.
This kind of things. I mean, in season 4, if I see him again, I mean, there's something wrong with the stewards' things then.
Nah, I will get everything is recorded here.
What am I? Why should I continue racing now? The virtual safety car is even ended.
Yeah, but anyway, there's proof of it, and I think it will be his first and last race of his quite brief race spec career.
I mean, first Eventor puts me out. Then okay, never mind.
I'll be, yes, I'm sorry if I'm missing commentating when I'm handling, of course, with this behavior from the drivers. I'm sorry about it, guys, for this silence. But
If
when
you want, I can cover up.
What?
If you want, I can cover up.
Well, yeah.
From my perspective.
Yeah, actually, you're the only one without penalties. You're the only one.
This race. I mean, I can understand Aventador if he crashed into me because since my tires were gone, I had to maybe brake like 10 meters before, 20 meters before. Also because I had Martin Bell really next to me, so I didn't want to fight with him. I didn't want to make him lose time or me lose time myself. So I can understand if he has misjudged his braking point and completely destroyed me.
No, I'm not talking. Of course, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not talking about Aventador.
I mean, I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose, but he gave me a big push. But I mean, anyways, my race was ruined regardless. So.
Yeah, but anyway, now let's follow the last 7 laps of the season. Damage is done, but Remedy is already being found, so basically he's getting banned from the league. And I'm sure Bike is now in P1. It's fully deserved from him, to be honest. And P2 for Jamie James, P3 for Martin Bell, and P4 for the Mercedes of Smiley Skyle, P5 for Sancho. Always making a good recovery. P6 for Biswick, then being sandwich, who just pitted. Aiden, you would have come up basically P8 without that kind of incident. And right now Aventador has pitted again for new softs.
Oh, he has a drive-through.
Oh, okay. Epical Andrew gets another 3-second penalty. So it was 18 drivers, only 12 are still running. And in the meantime, there's an overtake I saw there's a battle between Smiley Skyle and Sancho. Sancho wants to have a go, and I think he couldn't make it stick. Because Smiley Skyle now he has softs, so he has a slight tire advantage, but Sancho will come back towards the end of the race. Let's see now what is Amateur Bike doing. It's looking really good for him. Let's look at the penalties, because maybe there can be some changes in terms of position. Let's see now. So basically all the top 5 have just 3 seconds. Biswick in P6 has 15 seconds. Then Bean Sandwich and Aiden have 3 seconds each. Then P9 the Ferrari of Antovarlo without any penalties. And then P10 for Aventador, 3-second penalty, 6 seconds for WRX, and 9 seconds for Epical Andrew. So the top 5 is actually fighting pole position. And Sancho is now really fighting pole position, literally, because he wants to overtake Smiley Skyle on the main straight, and he makes the move done quite easily, to be honest. P4, sorry, for the Racing Point driver, but now Smiley Skyle is gonna come back on him, because he has this tire advantage and he has more ERS, so he's really close between them. Let's go on board with him. Smiley Skyle goes on the outside. He wants to make a move on the outside. Nah, he thinks better of it. Sancho goes wide though, and what a move of Smiley Skyle. Now he has the inside. Oh, they touch a bit, some wheel banging, but Sancho defends it. What a defensive move by the Racing Point driver. Wow, that was spectacular, but now he goes a bit wide, and Smiley Skyle wants to have advantage of it. They're fighting basically side by side since, I don't know, 10 corners. It's quite fun to watch, but now Sancho, I think Sancho has a better, I think he sticks with it with P4, and Bean Sandwich gets another 3-second penalty. Of course, race, I mean, positions, there's not a lot of fighting on track, except for Aiden, who went, he's ghosting, so I think he lost the car and WRX got advantage of it. He's sitting in P11, so yeah, but again, I want to say something about what happened in this race. We try to make the racing better, but merging with tiers and stuff. But still, if there's some dickheads, because they are dickheads, who just sign up, make their first race, and then crash intentionally into each other because into somebody else, sorry, because they lost a flap during a scrap and a fight. First of all, Formula 1 is not the sport for you. Maybe you should do MMA or something. Plus, you will not allowed to race again in this community because it's against any single value of this community, and it's a really bad image for the community as well because we are live on YouTube. So yeah, those behaviors will not be how do you say that? Will not be forgiven. Yeah, allowed and forgiven. I'm quite heavy about this because I'm actually sick of these people, and yeah. But now let's get a tribute for Armchair Bike because he actually is. I mean, he's sitting in P1, and I don't wanna go too much off topic, but just if you sign up and make one race and then crash intentionally to people, you're a stupid guy and you're a dickhead. So anyway, I'm done. P2 for always for Jamie James and P3 for Martin Bell. Sancho is actually getting away from Smiley Sky, who lost another position to Viswick, but Viswick of course has 12 seconds more in terms of penalties. It's a shame actually for the Ferrari driver, to be honest, because not getting any penalties in this track at the moment is so hard. And seeing at the penalties that the other guys have, it could have been a hell of a race. But anyway, I mean, the good thing is that you're not fighting for anything and there's nothing at stake. It's the last race of the season. But I think in the middle of the season you wouldn't have reacted this way, to be honest. But it's completely justified.
I mean,
it's completely justified, of course. And
no, I've reacted this way only because we're streaming with you on the Race Spec official channel. Otherwise, probably Jesus would have come down to earth and apologized for the other people's behavior.
It would have poured. Yeah, I know, but I know how it feels. I mean, usually you sign up to league racing if I mean you want to have some kind of fun and clean-ish experience.
Yes, because otherwise
and then you find somebody.
Unranked races.
Yeah, and then you find somebody that does things that somebody does basically in unranked lobbies, and then you say, okay, maybe this place is not the right place for you. So yeah, it's a real shame. I don't know what people think, to be honest. I don't know why people are so, I don't know, selfish or just want to screw the others up because they're bad or they're just having a bad day. Childish things, but anyway, hopefully, I mean, I'm pretty sure that 80% of this community is not like this, and I'm actually really glad about it, to be part of this community. But if we find some, some bad guys, we should keep them apart and never race again. And right now, Armchair Bike is starting the penultimate lap. We are on board with him in P1. It's really fun to watch because, I mean, Tier 1, which is usually, the best drivers we have in the European community, the race really looks like a real Formula 1 race, to be honest, because there's no battle on track. I'm getting kind of bored, to be honest, but yeah, of course it doesn't depend on the single drivers. And this race actually had 3 safety cars, or what, 4? No, 3 safety cars and 1 BFC, that's right.
Not 2 BSCs.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Anyway.
And, I mean, it's incredible to think that 5 safety cars and none of them were useful for me.
Yeah, that's actually true. I mean, neither of these safety cars helped you in a way, and I know. When it's not your day, it's just not your day. It could have been actually, but I don't want to just.
It's a conspiracy. I don't care. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, it is. It is. And of course, before the last lap of the race starts, we will go with Armchair Bike. GG to the world champion, of course, again with fruitful I hope he will be back next season, because he was really committed and he was really happy to race here. And of course, remember guys, every single driver, new driver or old driver, will need to sign up again for Season 4. And Season 4 is starting in more or less 1 month. I know some things, but I will keep them for me, to be honest, because I don't want the guys above me to get pissed at me. No, I'm joking, but still, there's gonna be surprises and new stuff. So stick with us and have trust in our team, and you'll see what is at stake for you for next January. Plus, I've heard from somebody there's gonna be. Do you remember the All-Star race, right? From Brazil last season. I've heard something similar, which is gonna be in this case, I think a special Christmas edition. It's still, in its way. It's gonna, it's about to get organized, planned, and stuff. But maybe it's not the last race of the season for some drivers. And in the meantime, there's Armchair Bike who goes into the penultimate corner, and then last corner of the season for him, and he wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Fully deserved fireworks for him, as Jamie James goes in P2 and Martin Bell. He doesn't race a lot, but when he races, he makes a mark and he makes P2 on track. Sancho gets P3. Jamie James got a lot of penalties. Bean Sandwich in P4. Biswick now will drop a lot. And Jamie James actually has got lapped. Maybe it's a glitch, to be honest, because he's now getting basically jumped by everybody. Let's just see the penalties, because I don't think he had a lot of penalties. It's just a glitch. He was in P2 and no, it just doesn't seem to have a lot of penalties compared to the others. Yeah, even Antovarlo overtakes him. Yeah, it's kind of a glitch. I mean, do you see Jamie James behind you? Or
yeah, he arrived 9th for some reason.
I mean, he's saying he's lapped, but he wasn't. So anyway, it was of course a glitch. Jamie James has finished into P2, and yeah, the last 3 drivers are about to cross the line. They are all 3 of them in the 3rd sector. What should I say? It's been my first complete season at Race Spec. It's been a long one. It's been a tough one, not only for racing, but as you know, I even try to manage Euro Series as well, and it's not an easy job. So I'm really glad that there's a break, to be honest, so I can recharge the batteries, and we'll come back in 1 month's time. And in the meantime, there's Epical Andrew and WRXT Furia who are making the Passion Jack move, just having some donuts in the in the last corner. They're both mates, they know each other, so maybe they agreed on this. And now they're about to cross the line. No, Epical Andrew actually wants to make another donut, but he ends up breaking his front wing. But still, race over. Jamie James has ended up in P12, but of course it's P2 for him. Race over, season over. What give me your what grade? What grade would you? Driver of the day for Antovarlo. Think what could have been. But anyway, walks like an Egyptian armchair bike, as YouTube know in tier 3. So quick question. Just tell me a raw answer, like just give me the number. If you should give a value, like a grade to your season, what should it be?
C, definitely.
Okay, from 1 to 10?
6.5.
Okay.
Maybe, okay, let's do 7, because Though already in Tier 2 last year, the drivers were really good. Like we had Sancho, Martin Bell, which are fantastic drivers. This year, Fruitful, he has been like untouchable all season long. He has raced esports kind of races like that good. I haven't raced a lot, like too many races for personal problems. Um but yeah, my problem still is qualifying. Haven't won ever, but one thing that this season is going to be remembered of for is the 1-2 finish in Monza with Ferraris. That
Yeah.
that made it worth.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in my case, I will give it a full 7, to be honest, because I actually got into race back when I couldn't even use the wheel, to be honest. And
Thanks to me.
yeah, exactly. And my goal was about to win a race, and I actually want to, so I'm quite glad about it. The thing is, I think kind of felt not motivated enough towards the final part of the season, which just screwed my season. But still, I'm quite happy about this year, and it's just 1 month until it starts again from scratch, from zero, and we'll see what happens. And I think that wraps it up. Of course, follow the channels, guys, on YouTube, on Discord, on Twitter, on Instagram. We have every single social media basically, and of course the heart of the community is the Discord server, so check it out in the description if you want to join for season 4. And maybe not being a dickhead would be the first requirement to race. Just check the channel and ask the staff to get a role, and it will be done for you. I think it's enough for me. Do you want to say something for the end of season, or
Myself?
yeah?
No.
Okay, so that's fair enough. No, that's fair enough. Okay, guys, so it was a pleasure. I'll see you next time, and